the fact that that the United States has not suffered a major attack since 9/11, and the fact that even including taking account of attacks here and in Spain and elsewhere, the level of terrorism has been far below what people had every reason to fear on 9/11, I think is something to do with the fact that we took very tough security measures. And I think taking those measures in the long run is important for protecting freedom, because if terrorists had been able to repeat 9/11 or even repeat it on a larger scale with chemical weapons or biological weapons, the restrictions on freedom, I think, could have become really horrible. Let me try to illustrate that with a historical example. In 1941, after the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor, many of you may know this, the United States, to our permanent shame, put American citizens of Japanese origin on the West Coast, not everywhere in the country, but on the West Coast, into concentration camps. I guess we had a different word for it, but that's what they were. They weren't death camps, but they were concentration camps. The president who ordered it was one of the most liberal presidents we've ever had, Franklin Roosevelt. The governor of California who implemented it was one of the most liberal governors we've ever had, Earl Warren, who later became Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. And the Justice of the Supreme Court who upheld this decision was Hugo Black, a great civil libertarian. When a country is attacked and feels threatened, unfortunately, I think what was done then was terrible and excessive. I would say what's been done since 9/11 is relatively restrained. And I know there have been abuses, but I think on the whole, even the population that might have most to fear, which is America's Muslim citizens, have been treated, not always, but for the greatest measure, fairly as they should be. And you may not like President Bush, but he went out of his way to say this is not a war on Muslims. In fact, it has to be a war with Muslims against extremism. So I can't defend every particular, but I think by and large we're much better off than we had any reason to hope 12 years ago.